Open those doors and let everyone in.
I'll play a little background music while I can.
Thank you so much, David. That was absolutely beautiful. And what a perfect way to welcome us all into the room on this New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve to one and all. We are so glad that you decided to celebrate New Year's Eve morning, New Year's Eve noon with us, because there's nowhere that we would rather be than here with you. So first of all, a big hello to everybody joining us out there on Facebook Live. Hi, Facebook. Hi, everybody out there. Thank you so much for being here with us. We adore you, and we can't wait to get started singing with you today. And of course, a big hello to everybody right here in this room. We have our artist for the day. We have David Roth, no stranger to the Daily Antidote of Song, an old friend and an old pro at this. So we are super excited to get to sing not one, but two songs with him today, because we're lucky and greedy, and we deserve it. And a big hello to Katie running our tech for us today. Yes, the echo that you're hearing is just between me and David. It might happen a bit here and there. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Thank you so much, David. Sorry about that. A big hello to Katie running our tech. Thank you so much. A big hello to our fearless leader, Joe Rossi, who is in the car driving. So everybody, we will send out a big hello to her, but she will not look at us. She will hear us though. And a hello to Sandra. Hello to Becky in BC. Hello to Suzanne in Ithaca, New York. Hello to Deborah in Kentucky. Hello to Delhi. Hello to Susan G. Hello to Busy Graham of Carpe Diem Arts. Thank you so much for being here today. Hello to Sheila in Florida. Hello to Shauna. Hello to Gary. Hello to Aloysius in Westford, Mass. Hello to Carolyn and a hedgehog, a lovely wintry hedgehog. Hello to Jean. Hello to Johnny. Hello to Amanda, Alex, and Miles. Hello to Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Hello to Christy. Hello to Susan in North Carolina. Hello to Emily. Hello to Karen in Oregon. Hello to Sarah in Texas. Hello to Steve and Michelle in somewhere. Hello to Luda and Mark in Victoria, BC. Hearts to you as well. Hello to Ruth in Birmingham, England. Hello to Dana. Hello to Andy. Hello to Kevin. Hello to Susan in Seattle. Hello to Joni. Hello to Jim. Hello to Nancy. Hello to Barb in Virginia. Hello to Christiana and maybe Bob somewhere else. Who's to say? Hello to Julie in Ontario. Hello to Jim in NYC. Hello to Tuki D. Hello to Gloria. Hello to Caroline. Hello to Bronwyn in Victoria, BC. Hello to Mabel and Bob in Massachusetts with 2 cinnamon bears. Let's see who else we've got today. Hello to Cliff in Vermont. Hello to Caroline in DC. Hello to, let's see, where is everybody's moving? Hello to Sue. Hello to Anne in Maryland. Hello to Jerry. Hello to Ralph and Penny in Victoria. Hello to Tam. Hello to Phil, Pauline, and Tommy. Hello to all of you. Hello to a singular curly top. Hello to Rosalie and a little reindeer friend. Hello to Annette. Hello to Carol J in Connecticut. Hello to Midge. Hello to Pat in Charlottesville. Hello to Jane in Maryland. Hello to Stephanie in Michigan. Dan Walker in Vienna. Louise, Susan, Amy, Deborah, Terry, Joni, Lisa, Gary in New Mexico, Isabel, LMG, Sarah H, Nancy without the Irish cow today. Let's see who else. Loriana, Kachina, and Courtney, Sharon, Anna in Maine. Let's see, Tusi, Linda, Robert, and Brian. We do have some new people in the room here with us. A big welcome to all of our new friends joining us today. We're so glad that you decided to stop by. And yes, welcome, good morning. Welcome to day 635. Isn't that incredible? 635. Wow. I was just trying to remember how many days it had been, and apparently it is 635. That is incredible. And now I am so delighted to turn it over to our artist of the day, David Roth. Take it away, David.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you. I see my friend Jim Scott is here. We did a concert online a few nights ago, and Jim is joining the Daily Antidote for the first time, as well as some other people. I've put the word out, and obviously it's a pleasure. I don't know about you guys, but over coffee this morning, a new song came into my head, a new short little song. And the reason I tell you this is that the song I chose for today is called "This Is the Year for Making Changes." And it's not the easiest sing-along in the world, but when we get to that point, we'll put the words in the chat, and if all else fails, you just sing "This Is the Year." But I wanted to give you something that you could wrap your sing-along chops around a little bit better. So I wrote this tiny, tiny little thing, which we'll revisit at the end of the session after we sing "This Is the Year for Making Changes" a couple times, but I get ahead of myself. Here goes something. I'm not even sure how the music goes myself, but life's too short for rehearsals, and I'm sure you all know if you're not living on the edge every once in a while, you're taking up too much room. Okay, here goes something. I don't know about you, but this past year was a trip. There were times I felt like I could barely get a grip. But now it's time to look ahead, there's little else to do. Here's to better things in store for 2022. Here's to better things in store for 2022. There's bound to be a better way to do the things we do. This one's in the books now, and somehow we've made it through. So here's to better things in store for 2022. So that's just a little start. We'll come back and revisit that. We'll maybe put the words to that in the chat. But now let's get on to other things. Let's see, were we going to talk about anything, Aryn? I'm trying to remember. Are we just diving right into songs? I know you guys got busy New Year's plans. I'm trying to decide whether...
We're happy to dive right into songs, but after we sing your longer song, we'll chat just a little bit about the new year and things you have coming up, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a big decision about where to spend New Year's Eve, in like the living room or the dining room. I don't know.
That is a big decision. I get that. I mean,
there will be side trips to the bathroom. So this is a song I wrote a few years back. I'll let you guess how many years, and you may be surprised if I tell you at the end. But I had been collecting a bunch of affirmations, things I wanted to bring about and manifest in my life. There was that book years ago called The Secret, which was about the law of attraction. And it held this theory that if you wanted to bring something into your life, it was a three-part process, or a three-step program, if you would. You want to ask for what you want, believe it will come to you, and receive it when it comes. Your results may vary. But I had put a bunch of affirmations together. Goes like this. Let me take it through one time, and then we'll try to sing it together and see what happens. Like I said, when all else fails, just sing "This Is the Year." This is the year for making changes. This is the year for moving on. This is the year of overcoming. This is the year for growing strong. This is the year for a new way of thinking. This is the year for making plans. This is the year for reaching out, and this is the year for joining hands. Gone all the lonely nights of yearning, gone all the dark and cloudy skies, all the unsteady bridges burning, all of the doubt and all the lies. This is the chance to recapture the power. This is the time to abandon the fear. This is the moment, the finest hour. This is the year, this is the year. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I'm letting go of trying to change the ones I love. Let's sing that again, that's a whopper. This is the year I'm letting go of trying to change the ones I love. This is the year I turn it over. This is the year I look above. This is the year that I take my intention, turn it away from distraction and talk. This is the year I take the step, and this is the year I walk the walk. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I make it happen. This is the year I follow through. This is the year I move ahead on all the things I want to do. This is the chance to renew my commitment. This is the time to be conscious and clear. This is the moment for living fully. This is the year. This is the year. This is the year. This is the year. This is the year.
Oh my gosh, even if we didn't get all of those words perfectly, I feel like we got exactly what we needed from that song.
This song is like a runaway train. I suppose I could do it a little slower when we repeat
There's
it, but
the fun in that.
okay, hey, grab onto the train
right
and just
we'll catch up.
yeah, and if you get off at an earlier station, that's okay too, because there are no mistakes, you know. Let's see, David, can you still play that riff? I can't study the chat
You
just
can
yet.
still play that riff.
Oh, you can still play that riff, yeah.
Complimenting him.
Anyway, so, you know, some people have told me that when they hear this song, wow, that's a great new song. You know when I wrote that song? 1990.
No.
Yeah, before you were born, I'm quite sure. Thank you very much.
You're not wrong. 7
Yeah.
years before I was born.
Yeah, well, okay, now that secret is revealed.
I know,
But-
I'm really trying to hide.
I know, just dark and cloudy skies, unsteady bridges burning, doubt and lies. Oh my gosh, you know. I might have had 2 moments of visionariness in my songwriting career. Maybe phrases like this 31 years ago, and another song I wrote called I Do Not Need a Bag, about not taking paper or plastic in the supermarket, which I also wrote that same year, 1990, you know,
Good year.
over 30 years. Yeah, so.
A very good year. And
Lordy,
speaking
lordy.
of good years, we are about to welcome in a new year. And I know that not everything changes overnight and nothing is fixed in a day, but you know, you bring about all of these wonderful points of the things that we hope for and the things that we want from any new year. And it's always a great time to feel like we can start making a change. So, in that vein, what do you have coming up this year? I know you've got some stuff on the horizons.
Yeah, before I go into that, I just want to make the distinction between sending thoughts and prayers. I know I've talked about this before, to taking action, you know. So if something's happening for somebody, whether I read it on Facebook, where I try not to spend too much time, or if I hear about something that's going, you know, going south for somebody, my first response now is, there's something I can do for you, you know, whether it's across the miles or whether it's locally. So what's coming up for me? Well, no touring whatsoever in January. I canceled my annual trip to Florida, canceled my Cape Cod Songwriters Retreat in Provincetown. No trips planned in February. I am holding tentatively my Cape Cod Songwriting Retreat in Provincetown in early March, and maybe we'll know more in 4 to 6 weeks about the viability of that. But it's packed. All the people are coming, and we all know about our protocols and safeties. It's going to be a little bit different. Maybe singing through masks. Who knows? But which is ironic, because I don't believe anybody's words should ever be filtered when they're writing a song. But in this case, they may be with KN95. And hopefully, come June and also September, I'll be able to lead my musical tours to Ireland. The June trip is filled up and sold out. I've got space in September. I think it's the last week of September. And I'm also going to Scotland, universe willing, the first week of October, to take a musical tour there for 9 days, set up by my friend Tim Grimm, the great songwriter from Indiana, songwriter and actor.
That's fantastic. And
I'm
if anybody
hoping.
wants to keep up with David, his website is in the chat. There's plenty to see, so go give that a check out. And before we get into I'm so sorry, David. Can I ask you to mute just for a second because I can hear my own voice
Sorry.
echoing and
Sorry, bad habit.
no one needs to hear that. Thank you so much. So let me just give you a couple of housekeeping notes before we get into our very last rendition of the first song that we sang. So first of all, thank you so much to anybody who heard our NPR broadcast from the 29th. We do have some new people in the room who I think found us through that, which is absolutely fantastic. We're so excited that you found us that way, and we're so happy that you're here with us. Another thing, we do have our Daily Antidote cocktail party coming up on January 6th. And if you participated in our Daily Friendadote, then that's when we're doing our little gift reveal for that little Secret Santa type gift exchange, but a daily Friendadote. So if you are available on the 6th, please be sure to join us for a cocktail or a cup of coffee, cup of tea. And yes, we are so delighted to share that our very own Deborah Denfield from Kentucky was interviewed by NPR about a memorable moment in 2021, and she chose to talk about the Daily Antidote of Song. So the audio is now uploaded. You can check that out. It's really, really wonderful. Be sure to give that a listen. And I think that that is everything from me. And so I think the only thing left to do is to sing that super fun new song written over coffee, as many of the best songs are, with David. Take it away.
I do want to mention one more thing. Today I got an email from my old friend Rod McDonald in New York City. Rod and I and many others were tromping around Greenwich Village in the 1980s in little songwriting groups and trying to make some sense out of this world. I just got a last-minute invite to participate in Christine Lavin's 70th birthday party at the Greenwich Village Virtual Folk Festival Sunday night. I think it's 7 p.m. You can go to GVFF on Facebook, I believe. I think it starts at 7. There's a whole host of performers. Christine is an old friend of mine, and I credit her for being one of the most generous songwriters in terms of letting other people know about other people's work. For example, we have a mutual friend, Chris and I do, named Julie Gold, who was living in a little tiny apartment down in the village and had a little piano there, and woke up one day and wrote a song called From a Distance. And Christine was so moved by the song, she was taking cassette tapes of this around and giving them to everybody she knows. She gave one to Nancy Griffith, may she rest in peace. And from that recognition of the song, it found its way to Bette Midler, who had a #1 hit, and the song won a Grammy for Song of the Year in 1991, a year after I wrote This Is the Year, and 6 years before you were born. I'm doing quick folk music math here. So Christine will be celebrated by many of us on Sunday night, Greenwich Village Folk Festival. Please tune in if you really want to see someone who has, like Joe and Aryn and Kate and all these beautiful people, been so generous with helping spread the love of music and strengthening the thread that connects us. So that would be Sunday night, January 2nd.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. So were we gonna take another whack at This Is the Year? Or we're just gonna go right to.
Let's take a whack at both. Why not? We'll do this
All right.
year, and
I'll see if I can control my enthusiasm. Just do it ever so slightly slower.
Right ahead.
And do we have the words in the chat? I think they are there. This is the year. Here it comes. This is the year for making changes. This is the year for moving on. This is the year of overcoming. This is the year for growing strong. This is the year for a new way of thinking. This is the year for making plans. This is the year for reaching out, and this is the year for joining hands. Gone all the lonely nights of yearning, gone all the dark and cloudy skies, all the unsteady bridges burning, all of the doubt and all the lies. This is the chance to recapture the power. This is the time to abandon the fear. This is the moment, the finest hour. This is the year, this is the year. This This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I'm letting go of trying to change the ones I love. This is the year I turn it over. This is the year I look above. This is the year that I take my intention, turn it away from distraction and talk. This is the year I take the step, and this is the year I walk the walk. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my needs. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I make it happen. This is the year I follow through. This is the year I move ahead on all of the things I want to do. This is the year that I take my intention. This is the year, and this is the chance to renew my commitment. This is the time to be conscious and clear. This is the moment for living fully. This is the year, this is the year. Here we go. This is the year. This is the year. This is the...
And if you managed to sing along with that, as I saw so many of you doing, good job. A+. And now a little ditty that he wrote just for us that's easy to sing along to and easy to feel.
Have you got the words there in the chat by chance?
They're right there.
Nice going on. Let's see. And I do wish you all well. And if there's something I can do for you, give me a holler, okay? davidrothmusic@gmail.com. I don't know about you, but this past year was a trip. There were times I felt like I could barely get a grip. But now it's time to look ahead, there's little else to do. Here's to better things in store for 2022. Chorus! Here's to better things in store for 2022. There's bound to be a better way to do the things we do. This one's in the books now, and somehow we've made it through. Here's to better things in store for 2022. Got it now? Let's try it. It's short. Here we go. I don't know about you, but this past year was a trip. There were times I felt like I could barely get a grip. But now it's time to look ahead, there's little else to do. Here's to better things in store for 2022. Like you mean it. Here's to better things in store for 2022. There's bound to be a better way to do the things we do. This one's in the books now, and somehow we've made it through. Here's to better things in store for 2022. Here's to better things in store for 2022. The daily antidote of song has really pulled us through.
Thank you so much, David. That's the perfect way to send us out into New Year's Eve, however you're going to celebrate it. Keep these songs in your head and keep all of us in your hearts, because we love you and there's no one that we would rather close out this year and welcome in the next with. If you want to welcome in 2022 with us tomorrow morning, we'll be right here and we'll see you then. All right, everybody, give a big wave goodbye to Facebook Live. Goodbye, Facebook. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here.